Welcome, listeners, to My Fantasy Wife, the weekly sports meets comedy meets marriage podcast, where a husband and wife discuss sports, fantasy leagues, and their impact on pop culture and relationships, including their own. I am the wife, Blair Postman.
Yeah.
And I'm joined by my husband and sports stat expert, Gary Hames.
Hi.
We are completely bereft of hot topics and social media maven this week, but thank God, still rounding things out is sound engineer, comedian, and man about town, Louis Bishop.
Sometimes all you gotta do is wiggle the button a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you can hear both ears.
Yeah, it's nice.
I had a nickel for every woman that said that to me.
All right, to never miss our weekly episodes, extras, and more, subscribe in iTunes or Stitcher, or go to our website, myfantasywife.com. Why not? It's free. It's got links to everything. Find us on Facebook at My Fantasy Wife Podcast and Twitter at MyFantWife. Gary, with a completely straight face, tell us about this week's sponsor.
All right, just effing stop kidding yourself, because the sponsor, once again, is Comedy Bingo at Dead Crow Comedy Club.
Right. Why mess with a good thing?
Yes, every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. at Dead Crow Comedy, which is not an email address.
Right.
Enjoy a free show featuring the best comics from the Southeast, all while playing bingo along with the words they say. Win prizes and enjoy discount wings and tacos. And if you thought it was just a few words, like the last time I went, it was a lot of words. It's a fascinating English extravaganza.
Yeah.
Hosted by our own Louis Bishop with in-booth sidekick comedian Lou Morgante.
All right, guys. Well, our ranks have been decimated today. Not only can Drew not be here because of a conflict, but there were a couple of social events, we'll call them, today, that included most of the ranks of the entire Wilmington comedy scene. And
yet, strangely, you and I are here.
And yet we're here. No, but you know why? Because I'm a damn professional. That's why. And Louis also was already home.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, and so because I'm a professional and Louis is a recluse, we're here doing the podcast today. But and it's the week before the Super Bowl, so it's an important week.
And Pro Bowl is happening tonight.
And Pro Bowl is happening tonight.
That no one will probably watch.
And but we are gonna a little later on, we're gonna have Timmy Booth call in from Seattle to discuss Panther love and such, since our resident Panther fan is not here.
I saw a video of that one time.
Panther love, it's driving me mad, it's driving me crazy. No,
all right,
okay.
That's Stevie Miller. Little Stevie Miller.
Little Stevie Miller, and so we have flown in, if you will, a Panther fan from the Wilmington comedy scene, just for the occasion. But
he enjoys embarrassed, like to come on and talk shit about the Panthers and then they lose. Is that why he's not here today?
No, I don't think he sees that far ahead. He's blinded by love and devotion, and he's like most fanatics. He can't see the possibility of a different outcome.
Do you think he'll spend all week talking about Cam Newton being a black quarterback or about Cam Newton being an effective quarterback?
I don't. What? What are you talking about?
Well, I was listening today, and they were saying they were worried. Charles Barkley was saying he was worried. He didn't want the whole week to be filled up about how Cam is a black quarterback doing so well, how everybody knew he was black, and he'd rather just talk about how he's a great quarterback.
Right. I think Drew just thinks he's great.
But he's a racist, though. So.
No, he is not. Stop it. You're doing that because he's not here. And I'm not going to stand for it anymore.
Really?
No.
I don't believe you.
No.
You're seated.
What?
So it is by definition.
I mean,
true.
I am not going to tolerate it anymore,
right.
Young man.
I don't believe you.
I'm already not tolerating it right now. Hi, Louis.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. I have to agree with Gary here.
I tried, Drew. I really did.
Oh no, not that.
Not that Drew's a
racist. Everyone knows that. But that's even a. Why would I waste my breath?
Right.
But it seems that every other sports show is talking about how Cam Newton is black, and I had no idea he was black until
because you don't actually watch sports.
I didn't watch sports. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have helmets on, whatever.
Right. I thought he was Cam Cameron's son.
Right.
Former coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And
so like a nepotism thing.
Right. And he just changed his last name to Newton.
To try to give himself some respectful distance.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, he just doesn't want to seem like he's just hanging off his dad's cat, Cattails.
Right, coattails.
Coattails,
Right.
cattails.
Well, cattails is cute in this scenario because of
It is,
Panthers.
yeah, so-
Okay, so you didn't even know he
No,
was black.
I had
okay,
no idea.
Till now.
Mm-mm.
And then, but it does seem like a lot of the
Talking heads.
the talking heads of the media are talking about that.
Right.
Well,
I had no idea.
That's why I thought he was black. He kept burning down his house.
what do you?
I don't know.
That's some
I know.
TLC reference to that girl.
No.
All right. Oh, Talking Heads.
Did I mention this?
Talking Heads. That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the Talking Heads.
for nasty weather.
Right.
Ooh, baby. Strange but not a stranger. See, we don't need any topics anymore. I
No.
just take a word and I sing a
Sing
song.
a song about it.
I sing a song. It's
Yeah.
karaoke.
We
Can
can
we
do
do
that.
that for Comedy Bingo one night? Can we do random word karaoke?
Sure.
All right.
We can probably have time in an hour to do that 75, 85, maybe 99 times.
You know what? I don't think so. I don't think we can do anything 99 times.
I think it might.
Random. I'm writing down random.
What's your temperature
song
today? You say you were
Karaoke.
slightly at a little bit of a fever?
No, it's 98.6.
Okay.
Jerk.
Alright.
Okay. Well, guys, we still have a job to do here today.
Right.
And so that involves some fact checking, which is, as you know, regular listeners, this is the part of the show where we correct the mistakes we made last week to make way for the new mistakes this week. And the first, biggest, most obvious is that both Gary and Lewis last week picked the Patriots and Cardinals to be the teams that would be going on to this year's Super Bowl.
You have no idea whether they're going to the Super Bowl or not. I suspect many of the Patriots.
You
will
know
go to
what?
the
If
Super
we're
Bowl.
gonna try, it's not even pun worthy, Gary. There's nothing there. Nothing there. You that are going to play in the Super Bowl. Whatever Marsha Brady, Greg Brady exact words. Do you remember the exact words episode of the Brady Bunch? Where Greg tried to hang his dad up on something and said, well, you know what, Dad, those weren't your exact words. And then they made Greg live by his exact words for 48 hours. And you know what? He had his comeuppance. Didn't work out well for Greg Brady. Anywho, you Patriots and Cardinals are not playing in the Super Bowl. Are you pouting now? You're just going to pout? You're going to pantomime? Why are you pouting? What are you pouting about? I don't understand. Lewis, why do you think he's pouting?
Well,
He just wants this to be a terrible episode?
He just sometimes he gets upset when you reference Brady Bunch. You
Why?
know how he feels
About the Brady
that.
Bunch?
Yes,
He's sort of he's being a little bit of a Jan right now.
Well,
a little bit of a Jan Brady.
he
thought that was
you
funny.
say
He
that
giggled a
lot,
little
so.
bit. What are you pouting about?
Come on.
All right, well, okay.
Don't bring it up
Are you
about-
just mad that you picked the wrong things and I'm mentioning it?
You attack. If I open my mouth, I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just wrong.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Also, Gary,
See, I opened my mouth and oh Jesus, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
also the Cowboys are not in the Super Bowl.
You don't. It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
She just keeps twisting that knife, doesn't she?
I know it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
What else about the future can you read?
You know, Gary, I apologize.
What's the score going to be?
You know
That would
what?
be helpful information to know in the future.
I apologize for pretending that I knew who was going to be playing in the Super Bowl this year because I guess we don't know until it happens.
All right.
Did you?
What
did
are
you
the
pick?
rules?
Yeah, who did you pick?
I don't think I did pick.
Is there a fact check on here? Since Lewis and I are such
I don't think I
fucking
did pick.
losers. Who did you didn't pick?
I don't
we all
think
went
we
around
did.
the room and picked
Yeah.
you.
No,
Right.
I asked each of y'all, but I didn't pick.
You didn't-
I don't think I picked.
That was a smart thing because you can't get criticized.
Well, let me ask
You're
this:
way ahead of the game.
What happens if, like, the bus or you love these? What if the plane crashes?
Okay, right.
What happens? God forbid, something happened to the. Let's pretend
I know
it's
the answer
not
to
a
this,
plane.
so go ahead and
okay,
ask it.
but let's pretend it's not a plane crash. Let's pretend they all get like
The Zika
typhoid
virus.
or Zika virus
And their
or
heads get
something,
real
and they
small.
just they're still alive, and they're gonna get better, but they can't play in the game. They all have some terrible virus. What happens?
Without question, what would happen is I would catch a bunch of blame for it from you.
Okay, but then after we established that it was your fault,
Yeah.
what would happen?
No. I guarantee you there's some sort of emergency plan
Bizarre,
that they've got in a
viral.
vault somewhere. It would depend on. I mean, if the planes
who
crash,
wants to see the Super Bowl after that? That's depressing as hell.
if the planes crash, they'd probably cancel it.
Right.
would be my guess.
Okay.
If they all got massive sickness and just couldn't have it, they might maybe
like,
could they put it off a week?
The Legionnaire's disease.
So much like hotel rooms and plane tickets. Like I don't know if you could do that.
I don't know if you could either. It's like an act of God. Like something where like they are all vomiting all the time. Like the entire, like something, and you can test for it. It's clear they're really sick.
This sounds wrong, but it's very heartfelt. I pray that happens.
Really?
That would just be...
Really?
And then we would be right.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
And listen, I felt that the Patriots had it, that they had one last. I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I felt that they could get past maybe the Broncos.
They did not, though.
They did not.
Why do you think that is? I mean, what was it that...
The defense.
The Broncos' defense.
So
pass rush was in his face all day.
And that's the thing. Everyone knows that. It's not... the Giants showed that in the year whenever they were 16-0. Not the Giants, but the Patriots. Is all you got to do is rush Brady and tackle him a few times, and he gets uneasy. So you just got to rush him. He's not like
Superman.
He's not horrible at being like mobile, but he's not a mobile quarterback. He
is probably the second least mobile quarterback in the NFL that starts behind Peyton Manning.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I guess they know how to do it then because they have Peyton Manning to look at.
I think I heard them say on ESPN that the net ground yardage gained by Peyton Manning and Tom Brady combined this year was less than Cam Newton's touchdown run in the championship round game.
Oh, I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah, I think
he was doing a lot of stuff that day.
We had like a 14-yard touchdown, and that was evidently more yards than Manning and Brady gained together.
Oh, wow.
Net for the year.
That doesn't include the touchdown where he just
something
kind of
like
jumped
that.
over
It was some
the top.
stat like that. They didn't gain very much yards on the ground. That's what I'm saying.
I got you. And so what? Going in to the other game was Cardinals and Panthers.
It was,
and that was they were decimated. I mean, that was like embarrassing.
My favorite quote was that one you said, where somebody said on the internet that they did less well than a real Cardinal would have done against a real Panther.
Yes. If a real Cardinal had been locked in a room with a real Panther,
right,
the real Cardinal would have done better than the football Cardinals.
Yeah, I thought that
had
was
done
funny.
in that time. Yeah, exactly. And so, what do you think? Well, you know what? We'll get to the rest of the Super Bowl stuff towards the end here. And then we were also talking last week, and this is to be continued because I didn't have enough time to dig down because a lot of the stats were really just talking about head coaches, but we were talking about what coaches of any type in the NFL, not just head coaches, never played football or at least didn't play after high school. And I learned and I think this is correct, but this should get some more confirmation, that at least one head coach who, someone last name Haley of the Chiefs.
Well, the problem with that is that the Chiefs head coach is Andy Reid.
No, this is from a few years ago. This is from like 2010, 2009, something like that. That somebody named Haley from the Chiefs had never played.
Okay.
And he was a head coach. I guess his father had been some kind of big coach somewhere. But it's not the same thing as playing.
Todd Haley, maybe?
Maybe. And that 19% of coaches, as of this 2014 article I found, I do a lot of research for this, guys. 2014 article I found, 19% of coaches had played in the NFL. So I think we're going to find that there are some coaches in the NFL who have never played, or certainly who haven't played since football. Well, we found one who was a head coach. So I think if you start going down to those lower and lower ranks of coaches, we're gonna find some there.
Well, I know the Dallas Cowboys coach was a former Dallas Cowboys quarterback. So
well, yes, but that's the opposite.
One of the 19%.
Yes, that would be like the reverse of never having played.
Having played
in the NFL for the team for which you are now coaching.
Right.
That's like everything all together.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So, guys, we've got some fun hot topics today. Gary, one of them we just heard in the car.
I want to see. Did Lewis know who that was? Did you know who that was?
Who?
What, the song?
When I said tag team, would you immediately recognize that as
I wasn't even going towards that one yet.
Oh, which one were you
Well, we can start with... Well, I was going to say...
That's the next thing on the list.
Well, I wrote down here what we were talking about in the car was that Calvin Johnson might retire.
Oh, yeah.
Megatron. What did they say about that?
That he told Chris Bessardi he was going to... Because he's...
That's Megatron for the Lions, right?
Yes, because I think the last 2 years, he was just a physical specimen. Like unbelievable.
Right.
And I think he's had so many injuries, he just can't perform up to level. And I think he's made $100 million, and He's
over it?
in danger of walking with a
concussions
limp for the rest of his life. So I think he just said. Plus, he's played in
toll.
Detroit the whole time. They've never won anything. It's a disaster of an organization. It might get old getting the shit beat out of you outside the Silverdome every night.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, that's what happened to Barry Sanders.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why is it the Detroit Lions superstars all retire early? Because Detroit may not be the greatest place to be.
Yeah. Maybe. What happened outside, by the way, Denver Stadium yesterday or last night?
Snowball fight.
No, somebody was killed. There was...
was it a really nasty snowball fight? I don't know.
Someone was killed where?
In or outside, there was some event at Denver Stadium last night, and somebody got killed. Well, see, this is where fucking social media maven would be needed.
I'll look it up.
People are like, Blair, why do you need why do you even need Drew Blair is what they say to me.
Well, especially if you know him.
What is he even doing? And I'm like, no. He is nice and gives Gary somebody to punch around, when Lewis is busy. And also, he looks things up.
Honey, Lewis is never busy.
He looks things up, and he keeps flow, and we got no flow. Jesus. I hope you're listening to this, Drew, but you're probably not. All right. Now,
was it a motorcycle expo? Maybe does that ring any bells?
That could be because motorcycle guys. Somebody got killed. I guess I thought maybe it was like a pep rally for the Broncos, but I guess not. Anyway, we got some other exciting stuff, Gary. Now go ahead with tell what about the game, what the most exciting part was.
I was listening to.
This is the NBA.
I was listening to the Sports Center when I was riding to my favorite club meeting this morning, and I heard them talking about how Golden State was up like 20-something on the Philadelphia 76ers, who are setting records in futility this year, and Golden State is historically great.
Right.
And yet, for some reason, Philadelphia came all the way back and was up 2 with 0.2 of a second left. Golden State had to drain a long 3 to pull out the victory at the end. But the thing that caught my attention was that the guy said that the halftime act at this game was Tag Team.
I never heard of that name.
I've heard of that before, and then I thought about it a second. I realized that they did this song.
I didn't know there were other words.
My man Steve Rowley. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know there were other words in this.
You thought it was just hoop, there it is, over and over?
Don't give it away. Not everyone knows what it is yet.
Oh, they know what it is.
Do you think that the 76ers, who apparently have instituted a halftime concert series, and Tag Team was one of the first participants, do you think that the playing of this song is what had them come so close to the Golden State Warriors? Like, this motivated the town? Listen. I mean, you're there, you're a Sixer, you got nothing to lose, and here comes Tag Team.
Except 82 games.
There it is. Let me hear you say.
I mean, maybe this got him going.
How many songs did Tag Team play?
Yeah, really. How many? Was this the only song?
They didn't even play one. This isn't even a.
Whatever, but I mean, like at the concert series.
Oh, in the halftime.
What else did they sing or rap or whatever? Like, I mean, are they known for anything else? Again, this would be nice if Drew were here. We could look up if Tag Team had.
I heard the Brothers Johnson performed in the parking lot beforehand.
I don't know who that is.
That's Strawberry Letter 23.
I don't.
What?
What?
You know that song?
Are you?
That's like the great song of the 70s.
Code?
If you play it, you'll know it. It's very famous.
What was the song?
But it's literally, there's not even a flip side for the 45. That was a one hit. It's called Strawberry Letter 23.
Give us a little piece of it.
And we're about to get a big piece of it. It's better than 99. It's actually a good song, but y'all will know it when you hear it.
Okay. Okay.
Unless you're just not as old. Maybe Lewis is not as old as I am.
Well, while Lewis looks up Strawberry Letter...
The Brothers Johnson. You don't know that? Really seriously don't know that song?
The Brothers Johnson sounds familiar.
How about Star Wars? Did you see that?
All the time.
All right.
Stop it. Anyway, also an important font. Oh, yeah, I know this one.
Great song.
But anything's better than 99.
But they had one hit 30 years ago.
Why is it? All right.
Why is it called Strawberry Letter 23? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
I have no idea. They just because they got high and that's what appeared in the sky in front of them.
Okay, gotcha. So, another important NBA-related development, or at
The
least
great thing about this song is that there's a line that mentions Strawberry Letter 22 in the actual song.
no,
But no mention of Strawberry Letter 23.
No, that's-
Yes, oh, yes, it is.
really. Well, why did they say Strawberry Letter 22? What is that in what context? Okay, look,
We'd have to listen to the words.
we have a lot.
I promise you that's true, though.
There's a really important other NBA-related news, all right? And it's this. Apparently, there's a guy who's mostly anonymous, but he's some sort of radio host.
Yeah, Los, you're going to like
And
this one.
he has, for the last couple of years, been doing a Twitter / website / Instagram feed, whatever, called NBA Cat Watch. NBA Cat Watch. And this is a Wall Street Journal article. Okay, so the man behind NBA Cat Watch is extremely serious about his absurd quest. Now 3 years after he began asking NBA players for their opinions on cats, Alex's website has thousands of Twitter followers who alert him anytime it appears possible that an athlete owns a feline. His site also is so popular that when he started selling $25 shirts with the NBA Cat Watch logo, which is the NBA logo with a cat instead of Jerry West,
Right.
he had hundreds of buyers and raised $3,500 for that he donated to animal shelters. And this is a quote from the guy: "This is the most successful thing I've ever done,"
Right.
which I found apt. And he talks a lot about cats and why he does it. And he thinks, it's interesting to think that NBA millionaires have to clean out kitty litter, although I'm sure they have someone for that. And that it's so interesting if they own cats in particular, because cats are to be experienced, not owned. So unlike a dog who's going to love all over you and you think it's just one more fan, a cat's like, I don't care that you're famous and whatever, clean up my poop. We don't care.
Oh, the dogs are pretty much like that, too.
Well, no, they're a little more appreciative than the cats, I would say.
Well, you know what I was thinking about? It's interesting. Dogs are known for fighting. You hear about...
I think cat fights
Dog
are
fighting.
more than a dog fight.
Well, no, but I'm saying, Michael Vick didn't go to jail for cat fighting.
Wouldn't that be something?
There's no League of Extraordinary
Wait a second.
Gentlemen.
Lewis, in your sordid past
Yes.
of backyard wrestling and
Yes.
strip club management and such,
Donut making.
have you ever tumbled upon or heard tale of a illegal cat fighting ring?
Yeah,
No.
there's cockfights. There's dog fighting.
Is there illegal cat fighting?
I've never heard of it, no. Because cats can't be trained.
Well, that's
Exactly
true. And
why
yet-
it would be so good.
And yet cats fight, though. Dogs don't naturally fight. Cats, that's all they do. They go out every single night. A male tomcat will go get in a cat fight every night. I had one as a kid, and his ears were chewed completely off down to his head.
Okay, so
That's just because they're in heat, right?
no, they're too mean.
Maybe.
Some of them.
I don't know.
Our cats fight each other. And we bet on it.
When I owned a junkyard, I had junkyard cats.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Alex, the guy who runs Cat Watch, NBA Cat Watch,
Right.
says that he has 10 players on his list so far. Then they talk about all the inquiries.
Wait
he
a
made.
minute. He's been doing this for 3 years, and he's found 10 players that own
Confirmed.
cats. That's 3 and a third a year.
Confirmed.
It's one every 3.5 months.
So, but this is underground. These guys don't want to admit it. So, he found a D-League player, Russ Smith, who has set
and
up
not even in the NBA?
wait a second, who has set up an Instagram account for his cat, Mr. Quackers. Then last month, Memphis Grizzlies center Ryan Hollins admitted on Twitter that he had a cat named Baby Jag, and there was a picture of it in the article.
Right.
But the big one,
Bigger than those two?
yes, the aha moment is that he was tipped off about an obscure 2006 interview that suggested that San Antonio Spurs guard Tony Parker had cats.
Oh, leave it to
And
Frenchie.
the article said this was the NBA Cat Watch equivalent of Deep Throat in the parking garage. So then this guy goes back and spent hours and hours double speed watching French language documentaries on YouTube, and then In one of them, Parker is shown...
Wait a minute. You're making this up.
No! This is in the Wall Street Journal, I swear to God.
Right.
Then came the aha moment. Parker was shown walking around his home in one scene when a cat wandered into the shot. It was only on screen for 3 seconds, but this guy, Alex, found it. And then they went to the San Antonio Spurs office and their marketing office and yada, yada, yada. Alex had his answer that day. The cat's name apparently is Cece. And this is what this guy does.
Tony Parker, wasn't he married to the chick from that
Eva
show?
Longoria, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is...
So is that her cat?
No, I think it predated... The documentary predated
What was
their
that show
marriage.
that she was in?
Desperate Housewives.
Well, yep,
Desperate
Desperate Housewives. There you go. So that was exciting, and I tweeted to him from my Fantasy Wife podcast Twitter feed at NBA Cat Watch. You complete us. So, and he liked it.
Did he say? Oh, he liked it.
Gary, tell the world about your exciting social media
Well, this isn't going to
experience
impress
today.
Lewis because he wasn't impressed by the songs that we played.
Okay, but just so it's documented
What
here.
song?
So Little Feat, my favorite
Lowell
all-time
George.
band, their front man was Lowell George, who died in 1979.
Who was
I
kicked
believe
out of the
a
Mothers of
massive
Invention.
heroin overdose. Evidently has a son who has set up a Facebook page about his father, and all their fans, and it's one of these weird bands that, like, they had 2 humongous Southern rock hits, but they have a cult following is just insane. And people have been posting weird, like, video and audio of them from, like, the late 60s and early 70s that never come out. So it's like the greatest. It's the only thing I even look at on. Blair can tell you that's all I ever do
this
is
is
play, like. So the other day, there was a really fantastic thing from 1971 where they played in a Houston radio station like 3 mornings in a row, and they had taped it, and I guess someone put a link on the thing, and I was listening to them play these things from 71 with their second album came out, and it was just fantastic. It was like just fantastic. Like, I can't even tell you. It was great. And so I said nice on the Facebook page because it was nice.
Right.
And
Understated.
later,
Right.
later, Lowell George's son liked it.
He liked it.
He liked my nice.
Oh wow.
So you gotta understand.
He
That's
probably
that's a big deal.
appreciated that you appreciated that particular thing.
Yes,
He must like it.
right.
He probably thinks you have great taste. And
That was
you're
an
somebody who's-
extraordinary. I feel like one of those dweebs with the fucking 6,000 tapes of the Grateful Dead all playing the exact same song that doesn't have any lyrics or tone to it.
Yeah.
And this was the San Francisco 67 show. You can tell because 16 bars in, there's a B flat where it's supposed to be a B. It's like, no, fuck off. But I feel like that.
Gary
But
doesn't like the Grateful Dead.
I didn't necessarily say that.
No.
I just,
Yeah. Yeah.
You just don't like him.
yeah.
Right. So that was very exciting for Gary.
Why aren't you trying to get Little George, little George
little old George.
Very Lowell George.
on the show? Why don't you try to do
Yeah.
that?
I would love to do that.
Why not? We got a podcast where it's so
Because he's not famous. His dad was famous.
Well, yeah. but-
right. You get more likers and maybe help him sell some T-shirts or whatever. However he's getting by these days.
I see. I speculate that that if you have 2 enormous songs and you make 11 albums that are still selling if you walk into a record store, if there is such a thing today, they still have them.
Right.
iTunes is downloading or selling.
Aren't you rich? Like, aren't the residuals from that? They go on forever.
I don't know who else, like, what the
11
ownership
I had 11
stake
albums.
was.
Yeah, but you don't know the deal though. You know.
Yeah,
You don't know.
that's what I was thinking.
What's the guy's name from John Fogerty from? He don't got no money from Creedence Clearwater Revival. He's got a bad deal.
Yeah.
That was a big band too.
Well,
That was a
maybe-
huge band.
Yeah.
So. You know,
I've heard it.
you've heard them before.
Yeah, Credence.
All right, never mind. He's probably.
Well, anyway,
But you never know.
but
Maybe
that's
maybe
good
they got a
for
big
us.
deal. You never
he
know.
might that make
Well, yeah,
might
he may
make
need the
him-
money. He may need the money we could offer him.
Right, he might need to be more. He could get a free sponsorship to sell his whatever he's selling on his website or the
His gypsy wares.
cruises.
Right.
Like his cruise with the celebrity lookalikes of the band.
Thinner.
So maybe we can get him on here. You don't know. Could happen. All right, guys.
That's a thought. I'm gonna work on that.
We're going to start moving in a little bit into the world of the Super Bowl here. Did you guys know that there is also a Kitten Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's separate from the Puppy Bowl?
It's completely separate from the...
Because didn't they used to have both? It was
No,
Puppy Bowl with
look,
kitten cheerleaders or something.
Exactly. They were never allowed to play. It was completely segregated, so they had to start their own league.
Right.
But they took it over to the Hallmark Channel. I guess they weren't getting any respect over Animal Planet. So there's Kitten Bowl on Hallmark Channel, and there's Puppy Bowl.
But weren't they drugging them? I read somewhere they drugged the kittens.
That's never been proved,
right?
But it's always been suspected. Just another reason they wanted to break away from Animal Planet, if you ask me. And yeah, there's some scabs who cross the line and still will cheerlead for Puppy Bowl and stuff, but I don't think they're respected in their own communities.
Whores is what they are.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
But
everyone else is saying
that. Look, you know what? So I'm just saying. So Kitten Bowl's in its 3rd year, and Puppy Bowl's in year 12, I think. You know, is Puppy Bowl less relevant now? I mean, I think cats are making, with YouTube.
I don't know that I want to live in a world where the Puppy Bowl has lost its relevance.
How many surging videos on Facebook and YouTube are cat focused versus puppy focused?
4. Well, some people don't need YouTube. Some people will get money from actual networks, so
right. But
that's what puppies are doing.
Well, but Kitten Bowl's on the Hallmark Channel.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, are they on the rise and the Puppy Bowl is waning? I think cats and cat video related things are more relevant and amused.
Isn't that term usually used to describe the moon?
Well, much
Waxing
like the moon. Moon, I don't know. Yeah, but now I'm using it about Kitten Bowl. Okay. How is that wrong?
It's not wrong.
Gary, what would you if you had 10 minutes and you could only pick one? Would you watch Puppy Bowl or Kitten Bowl?
I like cats.
So you're saying
like
Kitten
cats,
Bowl?
Yeah.
What about you, Lewis?
I mean, I'm going to go. There's a reason why one has 12 and one has 3, and one's on a legitimate owned company, and one's by people that sell cards.
Hallmark Channel. Hey, my good friend.
When you want to give the very best, Lewis.
The very best. Kitten Bowl.
I'm going to go with Puppy Bowl.
I just think that in 3 or 4 years, we're going to see that it's kind of like
there could be a lot of more. What about Tarantula Bowl?
Wow, I think there would have a little less personality.
Quaddy Monday Bowl.
Yeah, hamster bowl in the Kitten Bowl means dead hamsters. That's what that means. It's ripped apart hamsters. Yeah. But they're the ball.
Duck
in the
Bill Platypus Bowl.
Yeah, that would be like, I feel like they're very endangered.
Reticulated Python Bowl.
Okay. All right.
You know, they let those out loose in the Florida swamps, and they're growing to 20 feet now and eating children.
Oh, are they eating children?
Children, yeah.
That's their primary diet.
I have not heard of this.
Children.
It's an option.
Right.
I have not heard of this.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, okay, guys. Maybe we should call up Timmy Booth, and then he could be in on some of these bets.
Because when the energy just isn't there, a hungover Timmy Booth is...
We don't know for a fact he's hungover.
Why didn't he say I'm hungover?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
All right.
But the other thing I think we're going to find that much like Sprint used to be a big deal, and now and their phones used to be a big deal, and now it's all iPhone. We're going to find in a few years that the Kitten Bowl has eclipsed the Puppy Bowl.
I've been staring at this for like 2 minutes trying to figure out what you meant by it, and I realized that I have it. I'm looking through the back and reading the shadowy highlights.
Right. Let's see if Timmy's there, if he answers.
Okay. Remind me who this is?
Oh, stop it. Timmy Booth, who you loved all his picks for our fantasy league.
Just goes to show you. Sure, I'll be there. Just give me a call.
Call has been forwarded.
We should leave a voicemail.
3, 6.
You know what?
7, 9.
Yeah.
8. Available. At the tone,
who wants to leave
record your message.
Go ahead.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Wow, Timmy. I'm not going to lie. This is a little embarrassing for you. It's a little embarrassing for you. We're not cutting this out of the podcast. And
hey, Blair, I remember the night I had my first beer. It happens.
It happens. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that was
it. All right. So. Oh, are we getting a call in?
No. He wouldn't have that much class.
Hello?
Hey.
Oh, it's you. Well, we just left you a voicemail.
I guess we know who's a bigger star
now. Oh, you left me a voicemail?
Yes, we did.
I'm excited to listen.
You don't need to listen to it now. Maybe later.
Yeah.
It was just saying, hey, where are you, buddy? Where are you? We're just missing you. How's it out there in Seattle?
Oh, it's great. It's cloudy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm drinking some coffee, which is
in Seattle
way.
That's the Seattle-y thing. It was like 70 degrees and sunny here today in Wilmington.
Oh my gosh, it's like
for the next 3 days.
50 and terrible here.
Yeah, it's for the next 3 days or so. It's gonna 3 or 4 days. It's going to be about 70. Yep.
Wow, I really regret moving here.
Choices, lives about choices. So, Timmy, before we talk about the Super Bowl and where we are and the teams and who's going to do what,
the teams that we think are going to be in it.
Earlier in the episode, Gary was perturbed with me for saying that we knew.
Is he on a respirator?
Are you on a respirator? Are you jogging?
I am not. I'm walking.
Oh, okay. Yes, it sounds very windy.
Yes.
And we're a little afraid for you. And Lewis is laughing.
An iron lung can be a hindrance to a normal life.
Lewis is laughing harder than I've ever seen him laugh in the podcast. Anyway, in other funny things, he laughs
things
a lot.
that are funny, he laughs.
Things
at.
are funny, he laughs all the time.
Right.
So before we get into all that, we're gonna talk. I've got a list here of the odds for various prop bets for the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just going to do like an unofficial, we're not necessarily betting here, but just kind of unofficial tally of like, if that anything surprises you or if you want to take anything. And if you wanted to put your phone on mute at any point during this, it would be fine.
Okay, sorry. 1 second.
But now can he hear
now
you?
Yeah, but now we don't even know if he's there now.
Well, you'll have to unmute it if you want to say anything. I don't know. You're going to have to figure
Nice
out.
phone guest who can't say anything.
Right.
Maybe he'll just text it to me.
We're going to get
Live on the All Helen Keller Network.
Exactly. All right. Well, we'll just see what happens.
How about sign language? Do you speak sign language?
Maybe he'll text me.
How do you know he's even there?
I know
don't.
he's gone.
He's just
He's gone. And he's gone.
Are you gone, Timmy? Timmy, can you hear me?
Somebody just hit him in the face
I'm
with
not
a
gone,
pipe.
but I made it into the safety of my own home.
Yay!
Dangerous and loud out there.
Yes, it was very loud. So, okay, so we've got our prop bets, and we'll just see what strikes you as interesting or fun or whatever. The first one is the coin toss. For whatever reason, they give heads slightly better. The 51-49 heads versus tails. Meh.
Because more people pick heads, they have to keep the odds even.
I guess so. Okay.
What are the odds of it not flipping at all?
I don't have that. I don't have that right here. Maybe we should get down to the calamity prop bets. Because, Gatorade, whatever, we know, who cares if they use iPads or Microsoft tablets, whatever. Calamity props.
Microsoft cares. Microsoft does care.
Well, you should know now. You're in Seattle. I bet they care a lot.
Yes.
Didn't they have a problem last week? Didn't the Patriots try to blame the Microsoft tablets?
That was this year's cheating scandal.
That somehow the Patriots Microsoft tablets were
deflated.
sabotaged or something?
Deflated.
Did you hear talk of that?
The software had been deflated.
Yeah. Well, alrighty then. Interesting. The first calamity prop. What do you think the odds are that the Microsoft tablets will malfunction?
I would say 98%.
Oh, well, this says 9-1. 9-1. Anybody interested in that bet?
No.
Odds that there's an earthquake in San Francisco during the game of at least a 2 magnitude.
Oh, I like that
within
one.
50 miles of the stadium.
Because I was watching when the San Francisco earthquake happened during the '88 World Series. I was watching on TV right when it happened.
Well, they say this is not outlandish. They say it's 56-1 odds.
It's not outlandish. I'm telling you, I was watching World Series one year and they had an earthquake.
I think we should pick one or two that we like and place $1 on
I'll put $1 on that one.
on one of these. That's a good one. Not if you're in San Francisco. The odds that the goalpost will fall down. That's 75-1.
I feel like you could tease that with the earthquake.
Right,
one,
you could sort of buy due to an earthquake, and then it's like 100-1 or something. The odds that the game gets delayed by anything. 7-2.
That's happened recently.
I know. Remember, was it
San Francisco, Baltimore?
Yeah,
totally changed the game. San Francisco was hammering their ass, and the lights went out in the stadium for half an hour, and Baltimore came in.
Colin Kaepernick has a totally different life if that didn't happen. Maybe.
I
don't know.
Was San Francisco winning at that point?
Yes, they were dominating.
Okay, I just remember because I lost money on that game. I bet San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's how Lewis remembers his sports facts. Like, if he didn't bet on it, it didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah. So, odds that the game gets delayed by anything, 7-2. I don't think that's enough of crazy odds for us to place $1 on it. I think it has to be big, long shot.
How long does the game have to be delayed?
Well, it doesn't say here. Odds that the power goes out in the stadium, 20-1.
Yeah, that's what happened that day.
I know.
So it's not impossible.
Ooh, what about this one, guys? What about this one? Odds that the pyrotechnics start a fire in the stadium, 35-1. That's
Is Great White doing the halftime show?
No. Oh, that was so sad. It's not good.
Too soon?
I remember a real quick story.
Yeah, please. Take your time.
Yes.
We have time.
Well, when that happened, I was working in radio, right?
What happened? Oh, the Great White
thing.
Oh,
happened,
yeah. That
right?
Rhode Island club burned down.
And like months later, there was someone that worked with them, or that was there. He was a roadie, and it's either like he talked to someone or he was there. I can't quite exactly remember, but I just remember him saying that it was terrifying that he saw a dude running around with his head on fire while his eyeballs were melting out of his face.
Are you sure he wasn't just watching
Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
No.
That is terrible.
Yeah. I just want to brighten your day up a little bit.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
It's a downer Sunday here.
So don't use fireworks, kids.
Yeah.
No fireworks.
Don't. So the odds that there's a brawl in the field, 5-1. The odds
that could happen.
The odds that a fan streaks the field.
Well,
how would you know? They wouldn't show it.
Well, wait a second. Well, yeah, but there would be reports. There's like
you can't see Janet Jackson's nipple. You certainly can't see a totally random.
Reporter pool people there. It would get reported. People have every iPhone in the world in the stadium would see it. But
what are the odds that there's a drunk George Bush that does?
Okay, but look, the fan streaking the field is 40-1, which is twice the long odds as the power going out in the stadium. So they think it's twice as likely that the power will go out in the stadium than someone will
Has it ever happened?
I don't know.
What, streaker?
Yes.
If the stadium was closer to actual San Francisco, I'd say the odds would be a bit better. But it's like you got to drive, so you have to own a car to be there.
Yeah.
Are you saying streakers normally don't have cars?
I think they have less to lose.
Less clothing to lose, for sure.
I think they've got less skin in the game, if you will,
right.
of the typical, middle America buy into like keeping jobs and stuff.
There was a few years ago, I remember there was a streaker at some event. I think it was football. It was either the AFC or NFC championship game, or it was the Super Bowl.
I think it happens a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see it. They see it. They spun it for a split second, and then they went to.
They won't show it. They never show. Even when the fan runs on the field, non-streaking just runs on the field. They do not show it because they want it.
They don't want to encourage it. But we would know it would happen. We would know it happen. Right. And here's one thing: the odds that someone parachutes into the stadium, the odds of that are only 9-1.
That's certainly happened before too.
That seems quite high. Like the very high likelihood that somebody's going to parachute in the stadium. So I feel like they should be ready for that one if it happens. I don't know.
It could be planned, though. They could be planning to have someone parachute, like, for the halftime show or something.
I didn't. That's not how. This is under the heading of calamity props. So I was assuming that was not a planned thing.
I don't know.
What about if somebody parachuting into the stadium is exactly a calamity?
Okay, here are the broadcast props, and I guess they're saying starting when Jim Nantz and Phil Simms take over the what have you. The over-under on the number of times the phrase greatest of all time is said during the broadcast is 3.5. What does that mean with the over-under, Gary, or whoever?
So he'll say it more than 3.5 times or less than 3.5 times.
Okay, do they say that a lot? Timmy, do they say...
Well, with Peyton Manning playing.
Oh, greatest of all time, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I think that's over for sure. They're going to say that 100 times.
Okay, odds...
Especially if he starts winning.
Right.
He's going to go down in history as one of the greatest of all times.
Right.
Odds the term born...
Which of the two of them was that?
That was Jim Nance.
Okay.
Nice. Odds that the term born winner is used to describe Peyton Manning or Cam Newton during the broadcast 1-1. Born winner? Do we say that about these? I've never heard that being used. Like,
I would see that
so-and-so is a born winner?
I would say that maybe about Peyton Manning being that.
And that his father was an
NFL quarterback.
Maybe.
I say that about about Peyton Manning.
Cam Newton's father was a little different. He was indicted for selling his son to Auburn.
The over-under...
He was a born agent.
Right.
The over-under on the length of the broadcast is 4 hours, 6 minutes. Is any of this appealing to you yet, Lewis? You're a bent man. No one can prove that legally, but...
Right. But I would bet I was.
Right. Right. You would bet on anything. Not that we can prove it. Over under the...
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Thank you. That cures us, keeps any... Yeah.
That's why I said it.
Archie and Eli Manning shown during the broadcast over under is 5.5 times, I guess, that they're shown. Okay, here we
it'd be more than that.
Yeah. Especially if they start winning.
Yeah. Or if it's a blowout either way.
Right.
If the Mannings start winning. Here's some and I'm skipping some of these, but here's the entertainment props. We've got the odds.
Or if Peyton Manning's brother Eli streaks on the field.
Oh my God, that would be that.
Right.
I think you got to show that because he's a public figure.
Right.
Like it's newsworthy.
And his father parachutes out to stop him.
During an earthquake.
During an earthquake.
Right.
Well, and that's why he's parachuting down to save him.
Right.
Or it's stopping.
I don't know why he doesn't just fly.
I hope this happens. The Super Bowl would be amazing.
It would. That would be the best Super Bowl
You
ever.
put $100 on that happening, you'd be raking in the dough.
By the way, Timmy, before I go on, Kitten Bowl versus Puppy Bowl, which is more relevant in our times?
Puppy Bowl is increasingly becoming relevant, but it doesn't really hold a candle to Super Bowl.
But no. Oh, I don't care about it compared to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Kitten Bowl versus Puppy Bowl.
Oh, Puppy Bowl for sure.
Yeah, I think
Kitten Bowl
just
is
answered.
a cheap knockoff.
I think cat videos are the way to go, and I think it's becoming increasingly more relevant. But okay.
I think it's going to become. There's going to be a merger at some point.
You think so?
Yeah, it's like the old NFL in '66.
Okay, well, all right. That's. You think they'll keep the cool ball like they had from the what's the basketball league that?
The red, white, and blue ball.
Yeah,
the ABA.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Kentucky Colonels will be all cat team.
Oh, there you go. Love it. Okay, so odds that there will be a halftime show sound malfunction at 12-1. Odds that there will be a halftime show wardrobe malfunction will be 25-1. Odds, now this is a little increasing the stakes over one of the earlier prop bets. Odds that someone catches on fire during the halftime show, so not just on fire.
And their eyeballs melt out of their face.
Not Peyton Manning catching on fire in the fourth quarter not doing the game.
No, this is that's 150-1 during the halftime show. The odds, and then they have odds of various Coldplay songs, but I don't know what they are. Viva la Vida.
On there.
Vida la Vida, that's a song. Yellow being the first one is 4-1. Paradise.
By the dashboard light?
No, I wish. Princess of China and Fix You.
Has Meatloaf done the Super Bowl halftime show?
No, but that would be amazing.
No, but Carol Channing has.
Oh, no, that we live in an unfair world.
I know.
We live in an unfair world. And then we got odds that Coldplay gets booed in the halftime show 6-1. That someone falls off the stage 14-1.
I just I don't understand a lot of the people they choose to do the Super Bowl, but especially Coldplay. Anytime I've listened to any Coldplay song, I just want to kill myself.
Right. It's not uplifting.
No.
I don't feel like.
Yeah, it's not going to hype anybody up.
No.
Yeah, it's not like, what's the song that we played during the 76ers game the other night, Lewis? Tag
team, whoop, there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Right.
That, we were talking about that earlier, Timmy. That would get it. They should have tag team. They can get tag team. Like today. They don't need
They're willing to do some random 76ers game. They'll certainly do the Super Bowl.
Right. Why don't
you would have to pay them.
They made the 76ers good. They almost beat the Golden State Warriors. And I knew all the names of those teams.
Yeah, Denver might have a chance if they get them.
Right. So here's some. What were you going to say, Lewis?
I can't remember. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the odds of who performs the national anthem, the biggest odds, the odds-on favorite, I guess we would say in this situation, doesn't make any sense to me. And it's Adele, 3-1. There's no way they're having a non-American sing the national anthem. There's no way.
I disagree.
At the Super Bowl.
I don't think
Has
TV
it ever
executives.
happened?
I don't think TV executives know anything about who's an American citizen.
Yes, I think they do. I think in this year of all years, I'm going to look up for next week if a non-American citizen has ever sung the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
We should look up tour dates. I think we could win this one if we just see who has that Sunday open.
Ooh, on the Seattle, who's going to be on the West Coast or
Maybe
that
it'll
part,
be Pearl Jam,
San Francisco,
or Alice in Chains.
The other national anthem odds giving people are Taylor Swift, 5-1, Ariana Grande, who I know is a person, but I don't really know.
I thought that was some sort of
10-1.
Starbucks coffee.
And then Blake and Shelton and Christina Aguilera together, 14-1, and Miley Cyrus, 15-1.
Don't tell me you never ordered an Ariana Grande with extra whipped cream.
Oh, that sounds delicious. And then, let's see, anything else interesting? I think the best one so far was that earthquake one.
Yeah.
I think.
You know how you know that's the best one?
Because
that's the one I bet on.
Yeah, I think you're right. And here's the last one, guys. The odds that Peyton Manning is fined or suspended by the NFL due to HGH use before the Super Bowl.
Nope.
The odds are 50-1.
More than that.
Less than the earthquake, and at any point in time, 5-1.
No, they're not going to suspend him.
I don't believe it happened.
Odds,
so it's hard for me to believe he's going to get suspended when I don't believe it happened.
Well, that'll be. Hey, Timmy, what do you think about those HGH Peyton Manning rumors?
You're going to ask Timmy of all
people. It's interesting that his wife is using HGH, but I don't know. He never denied that. So.
No, he never did flatly deny that his wife. He said, "Women bitches be crazy." They be using.
But also, I remember reading an article about Peyton Manning a long time ago where he was super proud of the spiral his wife threw on the beach to him.
Right.
So maybe he was just trying to help her out,
Yeah, maybe she's trying to break barriers and got a little out of control. She lost her perspective a little bit. It's sad. It happens. So
maybe he just heard the word hormone and got thought she should take some.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Interesting.
You don't know.
So Timmy, you are a Panthers fan, living in Seattle,
by most accounts,
and as far as we know, and allegedly, and apparently they are going to be. But I don't want to upset Gary again. We don't know this till it happens. Apparently, the Panthers and not the Cowboys are going to be playing in the Super Bowl next week.
That's what the media seems to be saying.
And what, if you can believe them?
I admit it's likely.
Okay. You see, Timmy, I wasn't kidding, Timmy. We were talking about this. So, what do you? What do you owe their great success, and how do you see this going for the Panthers?
I owe their success to the dabs, I guess.
I only kind of know what this is. It's like he puts his upper arm on his face.
Yeah, and he does it, and it really wins them games. I don't know how. But,
it's more exacting that he puts his left arm in, and then he takes his left arm out.
Right.
And then he puts his left arm back in.
Okay, but then...
And at that point, there's a certain
gyration.
Yes, there's a gyration sort of...
all just in one place,
yes.
or...
No, all about.
All about, yeah, okay.
Right. And then he does the hokey pokey, and he turns himself around.
Oh, you had to take it that last step.
Yeah, I did.
It's just not funny anymore.
Yeah, it was. Oh God, sorry. People are excited, right? Cam Newton, did he win the MVP yet? Does that come out this week?
Oh, if he didn't, he's going to.
Yeah, I mean, what makes this year different than every other year, and so forth, Timmy?
I think he's healthier this year. I think he was good last year, but he was just beat up. So now it's the consistency of the team, I don't know. I'm not good at actually talking about football.
Sure, right. No, I mean, that's clear. Yeah, no, but But
I can tell you that people in Seattle are super excited for the Panthers.
How are they now?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
have you met any other Panthers fans?
Yeah,
out
they're
there?
so excited that they are trying to ban Cam Newton from ever being allowed to go into the Seattle Stadium again.
Which is like the whiniest.
Have you
thing
heard
I've
that
ever, yes.
douchebag? That was unbelievable.
That's like the saddest, like whiniest thing I've ever heard.
Cam Newton is one of the most unsportsmanlike people in all football.
That happened, right, Timmy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen very logical people just have meltdowns on Facebook that I met in Seattle.
Do you feel like, I mean,
fun.
like, nobody from the Pittsburgh Steelers camp would ever say anything that wussy. I mean,
No, they want him to come there so they could tear his head off.
I think it's a Seattle-y kind of thing. I don't know. It's just a guess. Timmy, do you find...
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say they're not even going to watch the Super Bowl because the Seahawks aren't in it. And so now I'm like, oh, I don't think you are a football fan.
Yeah,
man.
no, I don't think so either. Do you think they're going to win? The Panthers.
I have to knock on wood as I'm saying it, but yeah.
And what do you think would be the one thing, if they don't win, why is it?
I mean, that Denver defense is really good. So if they just can't hold them off for whatever reason, the pass rush.
What about
So
you?
I don't know. What's that?
Oh, go ahead.
I think it'll be Ower's fault. O'Hare, how do you pronounce his name? That left tackle.
Oh,
If they lose, I think it's going to be his. Yeah, Orr.
the blind side guy.
Side.
Why? Because too much Hollywood, too much Hollywood connection. Too many good things going on in his life, jinxing him.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's too much of a Hollywood story.
He wore himself out banging Sandra what's her face, and he doesn't have any energy left for the game.
That's not what happened there. So, Gary, who do you think's going to win? Like, and why, and whatever.
I hate the Panthers.
I know, but you think they're going to win? I really like Peyton Manning, so I'm just going to say I'll take the Broncos.
What's the line? How many points do I get?
I don't have that information.
I think it's 5.
Actually,
I think it's 5 or 5.5, something like that.
It's probably.
I'll take the Broncos and the points, whatever it is.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
But you don't feel
I'm
good
not
about
feeling
it.
that good about it. But
Yeah.
I can't.
We won't call you wrong if they lose.
But I'll take the points. If it's 5 or 5.5, I'll take the Broncos and the points. You never know. The Broncos
What does that mean?
The Broncos were supposed to get trounced by the Patriots too, and look what happened. So who knows?
What do you think, Lewis?
I think the Panthers will win because the pass rush for the Broncos is good, but Cam Newton's the most mobile quarterback in the league, so he'll be able to escape them. So he's going to get a few big runs, and they're going to hold off, and then they're just going to kill him with the pass game and the play action game, and then that's
What
it.
is play action?
Play action is where I get the ball hiked to me, and I am a quarterback, and
Okay.
I pretend like I'm handing it off to the running back.
But no, you don't.
I don't. I sneakily hide it for a split second, and it traps the defense and linebackers long enough for me to then set up and pass the ball to someone in the middle.
Oh, that's clever.
That is
Well,
play
normally what you do is you run it up the middle a few times and have some success and gain some yardage, and then they start leaning like towards stopping the one run, and then you fake that, and the pass is open.
But I guess the thought here is that the reason it worked against the Broncos is that, the Patriots is that it was what's his face Tom Brady
can't move. Yeah,
can't move, and whereas Cam Newton can, so it's not going to be as effective. Is
Right.
that the consensus? Is that kind of what you're thinking, Gary? Like, even though you're picking the Broncos.
On the other hand,
and
Cam
the
Newton
points.
does not have the quarterback experience and talent that Tom Brady has either. So I don't know. I don't know.
You mean Peyton Manning?
no, Cam Newton.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
I
you're
thought you
saying-
meant. Oh, you mean why it would work maybe against Cam Newton?
I
also.
think the idea is
I got
Cam Newton, the pass rush is not going to be as effective because he's this humongous guy with all his speed, and he can get away better than Brady could get away. But he's also not the quarterback Brady was. So I don't know.
Well, do you think it means anything? And maybe it doesn't. How many Super Bowl appearances is this for Peyton Manning? Is this 4th, 5th?
This is the 4th Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
I thought it was his 5th. It's his 4th?
I'm pretty sure it's 4th.
All right. Well, whatever.
4th
There's
or
been
5th.
quite a few.
More than almost
Cam.
any. Yeah, more than most. And does that make a difference? Or
Yes.
is it just...
Yeah, no, that makes a difference.
It does?
Yeah.
Not just from a football and
Just
pressure
like all the
standpoint,
crazy
but yes, the week
media
leading up to
and
it
the
is
crazy-
insane from all that I've ever read. So having been there once before would certainly help.
All right, so we got Timmy not surprisingly taking the Panthers. Lewis is going to take the Panthers. I'm taking the Broncos because I think Peyton Manning is funny in SNL sketches. And Gary's going to take the Broncos and the points, but he's ambivalent about it. All right. Any last... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, this might help your choice, but I saw today that on the flight, the Broncos were being served chicken parmesan on the way over to San Francisco.
Chicken parm, you taste so good. I thought that was lovely.
That's lovely.
Any last minute? We're just about out of time, but any last minute thoughts, Timmy or anybody else, about our Super Bowl or the Kitten Bowl or the Puppy Bowl, but probably mostly the Super Bowl.
No one cares about the Kitten Bowl.
I care about the Kitten Bowl, and I'm going to talk about it a lot. We're going to tweet about it, and people will think you're supporting the tweet because it comes from my fantasy wife at myfantwife. Gary?
Yes, ma'am.
Any last-minute Super Bowl thoughts, predictions?
Come back to me because I'm looking the line up because I really want to know.
Well, I come back to you. I don't...
Okay, well, yeah, I have it.
Okay.
The line officially right now is 6 points. So it's gone up. It was 5 or 5.5 the first time I heard.
What does that mean?
That means more people are taking the
Panthers?
The Panthers, yeah.
Okay. That's good. I think
public likes the Panthers.
I think
the Sharps, however.
Yeah, I think that it helps Peyton Manning when people don't think he's going to do well. Just a thought. I don't know. All right. Well, Timmy, good luck out there. Are you going to have any Panther people to view the...
I actually did meet this couple a couple weeks ago who are Panthers fans. They just moved here from North Carolina. So I'm going to have a party at my house. I'm going to have pulled pork. I'm going to have collard greens.
Nice.
I'm going to have hush puppies.
And it's just going to be you three, right? Because your fiance is not going to have any part of this, right? She doesn't care.
No, she will.
She has to attend, but nobody else.
I'm having some Broncos fans over as well, so it should be interesting.
All right. Well,
they don't know what food Denver has, though. I don't know if Denver has a food.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
I don't know if I'm going to allow that in my home.
No. Well, I mean, we wish you luck as a fan and in finding any friends, really, but especially any Panther friends. And if you take any pictures, if you send it to us, we'll tweet it out, put it on our website and all that fun stuff.
All right, that sounds good.
All right, man. Good to talk to you.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you guys. Have a good one.
Bye, Timmy Booth. All right, guys. Well, so you're still going to take the Broncos?
Yeah.
Just to summarize, because I'm giving you a chance to back out.
I'll take 6 points. I'll take it
because you think that's a lot of points for them to point spread.
Yeah.
So the Panthers could win, but only by 3, and you would still win that bet.
Yep.
But I think the dollar we should place is on that earthquake.
Honestly, if I was really going to bet, I would take the Panthers and I would take the adjusted over.
I don't know what that is.
Or the adjusted spread. That is you win 1-1 on that 6-point spread, but if you give them 10 points, or 9.5 points, you might win 3-1. And if you give them 14 points, you might win 5-1. So I'd be betting on a Panthers blowout. I think that's possible. They've been rolling so much. I might take a flyer on $100 at 8-1, but they've got to win by 17. Because the Super Bowl, and I'll tell you something, I made a lot of money on this once in that Raiders Tampa Bay game. The Super Bowl can turn into a rout because the pressure is so much and so many people, everybody's so jacked up. If things start to go wrong, a lot of times they fall off the cliff. Right. So you never go wrong betting on a rout.
What's your favorite, before we go here, Lewis, what's your favorite bet for the Super Bowl? If you were going to make one, which you not necessarily are.
I'm going to say probably the earthquake or the I almost said helicopter. The guy parachuting in.
Parachuting in, yeah, I'd say so too. All right, well we're gonna be doing our post Super Bowl show, listeners. Next week, we're actually going to tape and release it on Monday night, so that unlike last year where we were taping beforehand, we're going to tape after so we can actually discuss the Super Bowl in a timely manner. So it'll be a day later than we normally do. But yeah, we're excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be some fun stuff.
So
Drew will be back.
All of our listeners need to rearrange their schedule now, knowing we're going to be a day later.
They need to know. It'll be a little more fun for everyone.
The massive lack of productivity on the East Coast that we're going to cause is just too bad. You want to hear us? You gotta,
it's going to have to be on Monday instead of Sunday.
Sorry, corporate America.
Sorry. Well, and that'll wrap us up, I think, for this week, listeners. To download all of our episodes and extras, you can subscribe in iTunes or Stitcher, or go to our website, myfantasywife.com. Find us on Facebook at My Fantasy Wife Podcast, and follow us on Twitter at MyFanWife. Mr. Bishop, thank you for taking us out with the jazz trumpet stylings of Mr. Al Hurt.